The Bhagavad Gita is an ancient Hindu scripture that contains a lot of wisdom about the nature of reality and the soul. In this video, we'll take a look at one of the key ideas in the Gita, that the soul is immortal. We'll explore what this means and why it's important. What exactly is a soul? It's a subject that has been posed for numerous generations by philosophers, theologians, and the public. It is much simpler to describe what the soul is not than what it really is. The soul is not really the body, as we're not defined by our physical incarnation and may lose or replace any component of it without losing who we are. Nobody can claim that they have the same thoughts they did 15 years ago, thus our thoughts are not the soul. Our feelings, those waves of sensation that come and go and back again, are not the soul. The thoughts and feelings we experience are manifestations of a part of ourselves. In the Vedic and Hindu cultures, the Bhagavad Gita, a sacred scripture written in ancient Sanskrit, approaches the soul from an intriguing angle. The Gita refers to our individual souls as Atma, Jivatma, and Paramatma, as well as the interactions between souls up to the greatest degree of divinity. Paramatma, the divine soul. I am the all-pervading supersoul residing in everyone's heart, and from me flow memory, knowledge, and forgetting. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15 verse 15. Traditionally, the conception we have in mind when we conceive of God, life, or divinity is referred to as Paramatma. As Gita's phrase from above explains, Paramatma is a virtue that pervades every living creature. Three crucial characteristics emerge from Paramatma when a soul incarnates into this present reality, and they are memory, knowledge, and forgetting. We are given a richer memory of what occurred in previous incarnations besides the ability to recall what occurred during this incarnation with the help of remembrance. The latter reveals to us on a deeper level the task we must do during this specific incarnation. Knowledge, which comes in two forms yet again, is the attribute of knowledge according to Paramatma. First, the capacity for perception and judgment regarding this specific incarnation, which is also interpretable as intellect. Anything which promotes the best possible performance of our intellect. Second, Paramatma, also known as Krishna, has imparted to our knowledge of the Vedas, age-old writings that might lead us toward returning home and attaining unity with God. The characteristic of forgetting comes last. This mostly refers to letting go of previous incarnations so that the particular soul may concentrate on the task that has to be performed in this existing incarnation. Jivatma, each individual soul. One who recognizes the supersoul as being equally existent everywhere and in every living creature does not devalue oneself or his or her thoughts. He arrives at the transcendental objective in this way. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13 verse 29. Many traditions hold that the Jivatma is the individual soul. In other words, a soul maintains its sense of identity from one incarnation to the next while carrying the consequences of past incarnations with it. Jivatma's potential to become diverted by Maya, the illusion that is this level of existence, is a significant factor that sets it apart from Paramatma. Anything that is not eternal is referred to as Maya. The soul and divinity both qualify as realities since they are eternal. All things that you can touch, see, taste, etc., however, are subject to degeneration and final extinction. This means that it is only a temporary display put on by all of God's creatures. The necessity of focusing on something that illuminates divinity, however, becomes evident to a person by surrounding oneself with goodness, love, and truth rather than with hatred, rage, and deception. Our relationship with God grows deeper as we actively pursue the former in our life. Atma, self. Birth and death have no bearing on the soul at any moment. He has not come into existence, is not coming into existence, and never will. He is primal, unborn, immortal, and always present. When the body is dead, he has not died. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 20. The all-encompassing soul, or Atma, is a general term that refers to both the human soul and the divine. It is the self, not the self in the sense of I or you. The Sanskrit word for highest or best is param, which appears in Paramatma. An entity that has gotten associated with its body is referred to as having become an incarnated being, or the jiva, in the term jivatma. The highest soul thus is Paramatma, the incarnated soul is Jivatma, and the general term for the soul is Atma. Similar to how middle school and high school are both levels of education yet separate from one another, Paramatma is everywhere. With this perspective on the soul, it might be simple to see how our individual souls might become confused and overwhelmed by all the gleaming things this material world can offer. We may help ourselves liberate ourselves from the attachments of the world by focusing on Paramatma and actively working to create that which reflects Paramatma, love, and truth. Give our souls some breathing room and some space so they may recall what they really are, a part of the divine that permeates everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and mention your thoughts in the comment box.